out of the situation. Tripppey coming in to clean it up, and they gotta play melee. How the heck?
Tripppey and Frosty, they've been in grand finals before. They've been teaming with each other. Can that, that link that they have with each other really propel them over the edge? Just a quick little lobby reset. We just had a little bit of an issue. We'll be right back into it, folks. We're not going to keep you for much longer. But once again, that first game going to be Truth. And like you said, Alex, I think the player to watch out for is Bound. Like, Bound plays so well on Truth. He's going to be the player that will make the statements and to be in that super insane stat, right? He's going to be that 1.6 KD, that player just goes absolute ham on Truth.
He's going to set the tempo. That's the biggest thing that he's going to do. He's going to thrust slide in there. He's going to be playing super fast, and he'll definitely set the tempo for the game going forward. Whether or not that turns into big plays from him, though, just depends on how well he's shooting today. Because honestly, Bound's a bit of a wild card in the accuracy department, and a player like Frosty can completely shut him down if he's missing. So we got to see, does Bound have the ice? Frosty's always got the ice. So I expect that today, but Tripppey's going to kick off our POV as he flies right up the top mid. He's already got BB12 and bottom blue, so maybe they'll kick off the speed, but Bound is hitting shots. He's got a 5 to start the game, and it's already 4-3 here, Garrett.
Already 4-3 as Tripppey has a one-on-one with Bound, but Frosty comes in at the last second and gets the help, and there goes down Bound. We're tied up. It's basically 0-0 at this point, right? The Invis didn't really play that big of an impact as we see Frosty. He definitely has the ice. He doesn't lose one-on-ones, puts Renegade down, and now we see Tripppey and Frosty both taking top positions. They want to force him into this back red spawn, and now they're just going to shoot together and find a collapse. We see Tripppey already getting pushed out by Bound. He has no fear. But man, you should fear this man, Tripppey. He knows how to play his position. He takes down Bound, and that's going to give them a little bit of momentum in this early game.
Tripppey's been putting pure grind time into twos recently and is starting to show here. He'll put the shots into top mid. Frosty's already got the angle, so he can come with the collapse. That's another kill right there. 7-4 on the board. We got the camo coming up, and the brawl's going to take place here as Bound going to try to stay up. He somehow lives longer than he should have, but that's it for him. Not sure if that camo got burned. I didn't see it get picked up, but in the meantime, Frosty and Tripppey, they're pushing through both sides, both bases to get the collapse on Car here.
And the one thing that Bound had that camo that Frosty just won. So that fight that Frosty just came in and destroyed Bound, that was with the camo. And that's one thing I've noticed early on in this game. Frosty's just better. He's winning every fight. He feels confident.
Wait a second.
He's taking everything. I love what I'm seeing from Frosty so far. You can tell he has the confidence as he finds the trade with Bound over at P2. Tripppey's one shot. Renegade will go clean that one up as he makes his way over to top mid. But Frosty is feeling himself. He came in ready to play this Money Twos match.
Yeah, there was a big opportunity for Renegade right there, though. He was trying to get to top mid, had to drop down, decided to go P instead. You can see Bound's already pushing up to put the damage in there, so both players in the bottom are red. If they can get this collapse, they can do some serious damage. You can see Renegade playing it so patient. Nice shots into Tripppey, that's a kill, and then Bound and Frosty square off, and Bound takes it. So that's going to nearly tie up the game here, and they've got the momentum as well. They know the spawns are over on blue side, so this is how you set up that collapse, Garrett. They might have some serious plays here.
Yeah, what I love from Renegade is he just sits in that P3 spot. It's his perch. He's like a hawk looking down at a field of mice, waiting for one to clutch up, and he does exactly that on both sides. He's getting the kills necessary. Frosty gets the red bar. Frosty just killed Bound?
He just got a double. I saw it on the feed there. That's 11-9. We don't know how he did it. Man's a wizard.
I think Bound gave the back, man. Frosty gets out of that. He was red barred over at bottom base, and somehow Bound gives up his life. And that's going to be a 2-kill lead for this Sentinel duo. And they're just going at it at this moment. Frosty looks primed to be the MVP of this event. He's absolutely playing out of his mind early on in this game, but Bound and Renegade about to answer back. Camouflage should be going into their hands. Bound got the time previously, and now he puts it on the body. Tripppey was able to take down Renegade and get a shot on Bound on the escape, but it's not going to be enough. Bound is going to be able to reposition and take down Tripppey, playing so patiently with the camouflage. Let Tripppey expose himself, got the last shots in, and now this is where Bound and Renegade, the storm is brewing. Watch out for the waves. They're coming roaring.
Ooh, the timing on this collapse, so you can see Renegade flies in without Bound there, so now Bound left by his lonesome. Back up on top mid here. He's still got a little bit of camo to work with, but he's going to wait for Renegade to spawn up. Frosty's just trying to eye him. He'll peek out the door there. Then have to back off here. Bound with the spring jump, back up into the window. He's taking his time too. Look at that movement on the outside of the windows here. He's got his teammate up on top mid to get they're just going to keep the high ground at this point, but Bound loses it, actually. That's the collapse coming in. Renegade with the shots to help, and he can't seem to stay up there. Frosty with a crucial trade. That's going to keep him at 14-12. Frosty going to duke it out with Renegade. Here he missed the melee, and he does still get the trade. Those trades are big for keeping that little lead that they have here.
And there we go. Bound taking that bottom position. He's feeling quite confident taking that fight to Tripppey. But one thing to point out about Bound, man, he played that camo life so beautifully, right? He got away with it, let Tripppey chase him, and then got Tripppey out of position to get the kill. The only thing I wasn't a huge fan of was him jumping out into the mid. I think he wanted to get the top mid and maybe just miss his jump. But at the end of the day, it came out trade for trade for him. I think if he keeps playing the camo lives like that, we're going to be in a kill. I think Frosty almost has 2 ninjas on the game as Renegade almost gave them back. But Frosty does go down. Tripppey finds the trade on Bound. Now Renegade and Tripppey gonna meet at P3. Renegade has the upper hand, and the kill goes in his favor, cutting down the lead to 1. But Frosty with a quick trade out from the base. Great awareness from Frosty. Get up high, get the angle, and get that trade before he could get away, and to stabilize this lead that they've had. And that's what I really like from this squad, is that they keep stabilizing their lead. There are moments where Bound and Renegade look like they're gonna come back, but then Frosty pulls out a kill from nowhere. He gets something that's unexpected and keeps the lead at 2.
You know Frosty's feeling confident if he's already going for ninjas, though as I say that, Garrett, he did go down. This is big. Renegade does have the camo now, and they've got a big opportunity to make a comeback and turn it around. So Devil, that's Bound, making his way through red, and maybe open up this challenge here. It's all about how they play this camo to swing the game here. You can see that the fight going down bottom red. That's a huge kill, but then going to come in to get the trade here. Frosty does it. That's something that he's been so exceptional at this game, is just getting pivotal trades. But there he is, down for the count. That's a solo spawn there for Tripppey on the opposite side, and Renegade knows it. So we'll see if he can do something to get some momentum. He's got the silent pistol as well, the tack bag. Might be able to help him out here, but you can tell he's just listening, pulling out that stutter step as well. So this game just slowed down to a crawl here.
Yeah, and like honestly, Renegade, huge life with this camouflage. And if they end up taking this game, Frosty and Tripppey are going to be kicking themselves about this power-up control. They've lost just about every single camouflage. They've let it get into the hands of Bound and Renegade. They do get the trade out right there, so we're at 21 all. That camouflage, I think they go +1 or 2 at the end of the day, Bound and Renegade, with that last camouflage. But that's definitely the reason why they're in this game. And it's just going trade for trade every single time, Shyway. We see Frosty lay down the perfect 5-shot to get the trade with Bound. And now we see these Sentinels players spawning in that back car, and they're going to start getting collapsed on. But Frosty finds Bound once again. Bound has been caught out multiple times at the bottom mid of the map, specifically from Frosty. He's put him in his place. He's gotten himself the lead, now only 2 kills away from winning this game.
They have to be so careful of the timing that they pressure, right? That's not the first time I've seen either Renegade go in by himself or Bound go in by himself and just get completely demolished. But still a 1-kill game here, 2 kills left to close it. Frosty just looking for a victim. You got both players up on cars, so they got the info. Tripppey's going to have to fend it off. He does get the nade. That's huge. That brings him to 1 kill left. Tripppey going to try to get out of here. And Frosty can come in with the collapse. If he gets this, that's game. But you can see Renegade, he's got to hightail it out of there. Just staying up in the window here. Bound now off spawn, going to come in, but 1 shot in the bottom of the base. Garrett, I don't know how he's going to get his way out of this situation. Tripppey coming in to clean it up, and the unplayed melee. How the heck? On a 24 kill. He gets a blink. No way. Tell me he gets the cam. He gets the camo and burns it. It's 24-24 off of a blank melee. Garrett, I'm losing my mind on game 1.
Oh, Tripppey, that's so unfortunate. And, you know, it was discipline from Frosty. He didn't want to push out and give himself a free death and potentially make this game close. He let Tripppey go do it by himself, and the blank melee comes out, and Frosty was in his own fight, and he doesn't ice up in that spot. And also, we're at 24 all. And shout out to Tripppey to winning these 1v2 fights when he's had them, but they put themselves in a weird spot. They're at the back base, top controls in Renegade and Bound's favor. I don't think it's going to be Frosty or Tripppey. They're gonna make this initial push. Actually, as I say that, Tripppey's over at car 1, and he might be challenging Bound right here. Bound's in the one-on-one. There we go. Renegade comes from the bottom, gets the help, and they put themselves in the exposed position. Renegade and Bound answer swiftly and take this first game, steal this first game away.
Unreal. Garrett, you got to strap me to a heart rate monitor because my heart just went up like ×3 beats per minute when that happened. When that blank melee, man, converted into 24-24. And what do you do in that situation as Frosty or Tripppey? Like, your mental is shattered, right? Tripppey in his mind in that situation, he's like, I should have got that kill. It should be over. And then it kind of defeats you. Whereas Renegade and Bound, they just got a second win, right? They got a new lease on life and confidence, and they took that to the bank. They took game 1. But man, if game 1 is any indication, I hope you're ready for a long 7-game series.
I mean, that's grand larceny from Renegade and Bound right there. That was Frosty's and Tripppey's game, and now they have to figure out a way to persevere. But there's one thing that we know about Frosty, and that he's been in every grand final in Halo 5, basically. He's always iced up, and he knows how to win games. So when it comes to the mental concern, to me, there is none. Frosty's not letting that game get to him. He's like, oh, shucks. It was supposed to be a 4-0, now it's going to be a 4-1. That's his attitude when it comes to Frosty. Tripppey's that X factor for me. He's calm, cool, and collected, but I'm not quite sure how he's going to handle that. He was the player, and his